All right, we're taking the base of a solid as, the base of the solid is the circle that we've got here. So that's a circle with radius 3. Right? Hopefully I don't have to explain that to people, so I'm not going to explain that. You can look that up on a different video. So this is 3 right here, and this is -3, and this is +3, and this is -3. So this is the base of the solid that I have, and it says that find the volume of the solid is if every cross section perpendicular to the x-axis. So we're taking cross sections here now. Every cross section is an equilateral triangle. So this, if I were to draw this triangle up, I'll draw it like this way. It would be an equilateral triangle. If this is coming up, this point up here is coming up. And this is in the base is just this circle. So the question is, how do I find this distance right here? Or better yet, how do I find this distance right here? That total distance. How do I find that? Think about it. So the trick to this problem is to understand that you've got a top function and you've got a bottom function. So this top function right here, if you break up this circle into 2 different functions, that equation would be y equals 9 minus x squared. It would be the positive square root of that. Right? And this bottom circle right here, the bottom half circle, semicircle, would be y equals -9 minus x squared. Because one's the top portion and one's the bottom portion. And so now you can see the distance between this and that. It's just the difference between those 2 functions. So what that means is I have, which remember that's one of the sides. So let's first just figure out what that black distance is there. The distance is going to be the square root of 9 minus x squared minus the negative square root of 9 minus x squared, which just is 2 square root of 9 minus x squared. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Which makes me think maybe there was another way to do this. I'm sure there was another way to do this, but that's the first thing that came to my head, is to do it like that. So that's my distance, which means that's the side of my equilateral triangle. And what's the area of an equilateral triangle? Of a 60-60, what's the area of an equilateral triangle? There's a formula for it. Remember what it is? It's the square root of 3 over 4 times side squared. And this is one of your sides. Right? So what I need to do is take the integral from -3, starting here, to +3, ending there, of 2 root 9 minus x squared, that's the side length, squared, and I put the root 3 over 4 out front, dx, which means it's root 3 over 4 from -3 to 3 of 4 times 9 minus x squared dx, if I distribute that squared in. And then you can punch that into your calculator. And the answer is 62.354.